Hey everyone, welcome to part one of Shifting Your Money Matrix. Today we are going to talk about 3 money philosophies that you need to shift, and essentially I'm going to do a recap of how to shift your financial consciousness and expand it. So we are mid-year. You guys are probably looking at your bank accounts, looking at your goals, looking at your revenue. Not sure if you hit it or not, but if you've been trying all the strategies, if you've been checking off everything on your to-do list and you still haven't hit your revenue goals, it could be within your consciousness. So let's do a quick review, and then I'll get into some philosophies that I think a lot of new entrepreneurs or seasoned entrepreneurs are currently holding on to that may be impacting them from hitting their revenue goals. All right, let's talk about, this is a quick review of financial consciousness framework for forward. So with my financial consciousness framework, we first tackle your beliefs, then we talk about your attitude, then your emotions, and then we get into your behavior. Because we'll have so many people will follow people, be like, yeah, let's do the money envelope, or let me start budgeting, or let me start doing this. But then they don't actually look at the emotions associated with those actions, and then they don't really approach it with the positive attitude and empowering attitude that will help them stick with those habits, stick with those behaviors. And then also they have beliefs that will also impact their attitude, emotions, and behavior. So you need to address these 4 areas of yourself in order to start to see the money that you want in your reality, in order to actually expand your financial consciousness. So this is the framework that I use. And then we talk about the actual shifting your money matrix. So it's not just something that is in your physical reality, it's actually your inner reality. So we have your negative beliefs, which are really important to start working on to help you address your negative core beliefs, so it'll be easier to talk back to your negative thoughts. So you see your identity, your values, and you see the beliefs are smack right dab in the middle of the shift. So I actually kind of, sometimes when people struggle to see their CEO selves or their 7-figure selves or 6-figure selves, we just go straight in the middle, right dab in the middle, and tackle their beliefs. So it can start to help them align their values, align their identity, and then do the changes of behavior and the environment. So let's talk about beliefs. With your beliefs, they are comprised of your emotions and your actions and your thoughts. So with your beliefs, you can address those negative thoughts that you may have as you're trying to shift your financial reality. And then when you focus on your beliefs and your thoughts, you're able to really start to feel better. Because with a lot of people, they're like, oh, I love budgeting. But then someone will try budgeting and they hate it. They're miserable. And they don't see any shift in their reality because of their emotions. And because of that, it affects their actions. So the actions that they take aren't in line with the financial reality that they actually want to create. So it's really important that you look at your beliefs about the cause of your financial struggles. You look at the meaning of you having these beliefs about your financial struggles. The meaning where I'm talking about, like, some people feel like they have to have name brand everything. Some people feel like they have to have the dream apartment in order to feel like they're successful. And then your beliefs about identity. So a lot of times when money mindset doesn't hit, it's because of your identity and what having certain things means to you specifically. So it could be something where it's internalized oppression that is causing you to want these things in the first place that you truly don't even want. Your ancestors didn't want them, right? But why are you chasing after these things that don't align with your true identity? So it's important to take look at your beliefs that way as well. Not just like beliefs there are 3 types. So it's not just like one general money belief that you work on. Everyone has specific beliefs that deal with their background growing up, how their experiences as adults, and what they see happening in the future. So an effective way to start changing your negative thoughts in order to help you feel better is to change your beliefs. And when you take the time to work on these beliefs, you'll see a bigger shift in your financial reality. So let's talk about the 3 money philosophies that you need to start to shift. And I'm going to tell you a story as well. Where is it? So 1, you need money to live. You actually don't need money to live. It's been something that we've been conditioned and accepted as society, right? In order to better navigate and exchange goods and services. But you can be gifted things, you can barter for things. For the most part, the things on your vision board, you don't actually need money to get those things. So I want you to kind of look at the things that you want to bring within your business, pay for in your business, your living expenses, your personal expenses, your dream expenses, and start to think do I actually need money to get this thing into my life? Right? Do I actually need money to have this thing in my life? Start to question it. Start to really think about it, because you kind of putting things on hold, you kind of pushing things back further on your list because of money is creating resistance and unhappiness. So I want to help you kind of free up some of your energy, your mental energy, to think about the possibilities of you getting certain things in your life without money. Do you really need money? The next philosophy is that money is the ultimate goal. And an example I'm going to use is, if I showed up to your place with a sack of $1 million US dollars, euros, whatever, a sack of money, and I handed it to you, here's $1 million. You can't spend it. You can only place it in your corner, and you could tell people you have $1 million, but you can't use it to pay any of your bills. You can't spend it. You can't let anyone borrow it. Nothing. That money has to sit in a sack in the corner. So you have $1 million. Congratulations. How does that feel? It's nothing, right? Just having a sack of cash in the corner with no use. That's what money is. It's just an object. It's just a tool. Money is the result. It's not the reward. The true rewards are freedom, love, safety, and inner peace. So when you're thinking about your goals, ask yourself, why do I actually want this money? Why do I want $10,000 a week? Why do I want to make $25,000 a week? What is the actual ultimate goal? So right now, I'm thinking of money, and I'm thinking about this beautiful apartment that I want to purchase, right? And I'm thinking of ways I could get this apartment without having to buy it, without money, right? But, you know, I'm thinking that way, but I'm just still thinking, I want this apartment. I want this apartment. I want this condo. This is going to be mine. So either way, if I get the money to pay for it, or if someone was like, if the owner is like, hey, you could just have this apartment, here you go. Either way, I'm getting this apartment. If it's with the money, if it's magically gifted to me, I am getting this place. I am getting this condo, right? So that's how I start to look at things that I want in my life. It's like, I want this condo. I want to build a permanent home here. I want to have the freedom. I feel like it'll help me unlock my creativity. But you notice that I'm talking about the actual condo. I'm not talking about the money to get the condo, because that leaves room open for possibilities. And the feeling of me thinking about the condo is more expansive than me thinking about the money. Because if I'm just like, I need $8 million, I need $8 million, that seems like really, really constricting versus I want this condo. Like, what if all of a sudden the market tanked and the condo went from 8 million to 1 million? Would I be like, oh man, I've been trying to manifest this money? I'm like, I would run immediately, snatch it up. So, you know, it's like, I'm just thinking about what this place that I want. No, I'm not looking at the money and how much it costs. It's just like, I want that place. That's my dream place. I'm going to have it. So you can't look at money as the ultimate goal, because if someone showed up with $1 million in the sack and told you couldn't spend it, what's the point? You know? All right. And 3. So money is limited. When you make more, it takes away from others. So that doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to tell you a story. In 2020, there was a big uproar on Twitter within the astrology community. So there was an astrologer that was charging about $1,000 for chart reading. And so it, like, her prices became public. And all the other astrologers were like being so catty, so mean, so shady. They're like, oh yeah, you could get this and this for $1,000 from me. Like, they were just so shocked that she was charging $1,000 for a chart reading. And the funny thing is that this astrologer is the reason why I moved to LA and became a hypnotherapist. So this astrologer's session, my session with this astrologer, was the reason, that the thing that helped kickstart my new reality. And I was like, if my reading wasn't like $1,000, I think it was like a couple of hundred, but it was well worth it, right? And if it was $1,000, it would be well worth it, because I was going to stay in New York because I thought I met my twin flame. She was like, girl, no, that's not your twin flame. And help me move to LA and start my new life. So I was like, her audience, her customer base is completely different than the astrologers who were complaining that because they charge $20 for chart readings. I'm not going to Juliet, Obodo, $1 million hypnotist. Whatever you say, you're gonna have a different client base. I'm gonna go to the $1,000 astrologer because that's just how I see money, right? And that's my experience, my reality. I didn't even realize that there were astrologers charging that much. So you have a completely different customer base because you're working on two different realities than this person. So them making more money is not taking from you. The only time, even billionaires, for example, billionaires making billions of dollars, not actually taking money from people, it's creating harm. It does create harm, but it's not taking money. So I just want to make that clear. I don't want anyone to just come with the billionaire example. The billionaires making more money is actually not taking money because money is not real, but it is causing harm. It is causing harm, just to be clear. But someone charging $1,000 for a chart reading and you charge $25 is not taking anything from you. It's two different audiences, two different types of clients. In fact, someone charging $1,000 for a chart reading actually is beneficial to you, because that elevates the idea of that service. You actually don't want people to charge less for the services you provide, because it minimizes that service. You want to be seen as something affordable for this amazing service. So you could get this service for $1,000, but I'm charging, a similar level of service for $50. That's a different spin versus you then having to argue about someone charging $1 for the service that you charge $50 for. So someone actually charging more than you is beneficial. It makes you look like the better deal. So it's something that you need to start to look at, that money is limited. That someone making more than you, if you feel any resentment when you see people sharing their wins, people making money in business, millions of dollars, thinking that it's taking away from you in the market. You can have the same title. It could be another hypnotherapist. Other hypnotherapists don't take away from my clientele, don't take away from me. That's not me. When people are like, yeah, I went to see it, I'm like, great. That's not me. It's not my practice. It's not my bank account. It has nothing to do with me. So you need to start to look at it that way. You don't really have competition, because when you present yourself to the right audience, to the right people, they'll know that you are for them. And you can have multiple hypnotherapists. You don't have to just have one. You can have multiple astrologers. You can have multiple coaches. Like, most of the time, people have multiple things. That's just the way people are. So don't look at money as limited. Don't think that your market is saturated. Your market is the people that are meant to find you, because you're presenting yourself and your offerings to them. So those are 3 money philosophies that you need to start to shift. And if you start to shift that, I guarantee that you're going to experience an influx of more money, more freedom. You're going to feel so much better while you're running your business, while you're trying to make more money, accumulate more wealth. And then you'll start to think like, actually, I don't really need that much money. I don't really need that. And that's the moment when it'll start coming. When you're like, actually, I don't really need that. That's when it starts flowing. When you're like, I don't actually need that. That's nice. That's cool. That's awesome. That's when it starts to flow. And so this is just one of the things that I'm going to be covering this week as we lead into my my group hypnosis. It's a 2-day experience. So with this group hypnosis, you'll start off prepping for 3 days with the Sleep Your Way to Six Figures workshop. It's a 3-day series, so you go into depth. And so we talk about the 6-figure shift, and then we talk about your nervous system, and then how to set up customized sales systems, because it's all connected. It's all connected. How you do business, how you set up your sales systems, it should support your nervous system. It should support your subconscious beliefs. Because you can set up a funnel, but if you don't really believe that the funnel works, that's probably why. If it stresses you out to hop on sales calls, then you really, if it really stresses you out, makes you feel anxious to go on sales calls, you're not going to be like looking out for leads and getting excited when you get traffic to your page, because you're afraid and dreading hopping on a sales call when you set up this expensive funnel, but you don't want to do the sales call. So it's really important that everything aligns with your beliefs and your nervous system when you set up your sales system. So that's what you'll learn in this 3-day experience. And then after the 3-day experience, you're going to join me for 2 days, and we are going to go through a group hypnosis where it's going to really help you shift into more aligned subconscious beliefs and also show you how to regulate your nervous system so it feels good to work in your business. You're not just constantly at the edge of your seat in your business or waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know? And so you can do the group hypnosis separately, or you can get it as part of the 12-month group hypnosis experience, get your shift together. So it's like we work together for 12 months and you're experiencing multiple group hypnosis sessions over a period of 90 days. So it's 4 90-day periods. So for me, I'm all about, the slow success method, where I don't expect you to learn everything that you need to learn in 6 weeks. So I make it a 12-month program. It's the same group hypnosis sessions every 90 days. So it just gets better and better and stronger, and you kind of know what suggestions you need to say to yourself, what suggestions work. So you are reprogramming your mind and your body for success. Because there comes a time when you're setting up these strategies and you're doing all these things, but if your mind and your body's not prepared to receive, you're going to find a way to sabotage. You're going to find a way to block it. You're going to ignore the opportunities that are presented to you. And so that's the benefit of get your shift together. And then you're able to create a customized program for yourself, because it's not just the 5-step method that works for everyone. I'm going to show you different tools and aspects, and so you can really create your custom personal development plan like I do. Like, people ask me or for recommendations on what to do, but it's like, those are things that I do. I can present you a number of different tools that you can use, and you can pick and choose and create your custom personal development plan that works for you, not the one that works for me. So that is Get Your Shift Together. The link is in the bio if you are ready to join us. And if you have any questions, drop them below. I'm going to make this replay available on IGTV and on YouTube. And you can also use the chat box to connect. I will never DM you. The only way to exchange money with me is through my website. I don't do readings. It's all group hypnosis experiences, and you see everything on a website and sales page. I will never DM you for anything. I don't know why these things keep popping up on both Instagram and on TikTok, but just know I'm not DMing you. You can only contact me through the website, the chat box, or via email. So if you have any questions, just use the website and we'll take care of it. But I'm really excited for this next round of Get Your Shift Together and next round of Flip the Switch to 10K Weeks. I will be going live next week, so look out for part 2. Bye.